The collaborative research project PAVE consists of 13 partner institutions and aim to find out how to prevent and mitigate violent extremism in the Middle East, North Africa, and the Western Balkans. The research resulted in new insights. Multiple factors lead to violent extremism. Drivers such as state dysfunction or lack of education, and triggers like online media narratives.
There are two important factors here that we found in PAVE. This is the role of the state and the role of education. If we're talking about the state, what we found that state functions, or rather dysfunctions, there that it's very different than in Europe. We can have states that are almost weak or non-existent, like in Iraq, and then that allows a space for extremism to flourish. Or we can have states who are too much involved in keeping ethnic differences going, such as Bosnia, that it can have a detrimental effect in the same way. Education is another problematic area, because not only do we have a segregated education in most of the places, but there is general lack of critical thinking skills in young population in particular, and that should be worked on.
Violent extremism is expressed in different ways, which develop in reaction to each other, for example, through ideological and identity markers. But the risk of violent extremism can be mitigated through community resilience.
In PAVE, we focused on resilience building as an active process whereby community members are able to prevent violent extremist behaviors and narratives from taking roots in the community, are able to mitigate their effects and to rebound or to recover quickly after violent episodes, for example. We found in particular that community leaders who are vested with legitimacy and trust can act collectively or individually to resist and oppose the drivers and the triggers of violent extremism, and thereby to build more safe, more inclusive, and more resilient societies.
The most effective prevention strategies help foster social bonding and bridging, and promote intergroup tolerance and diversity. This requires intervention across multiple sectors, including state agencies, religious education and media literacy programs, economic opportunities, civic engagement, arts, culture, and sports. In all these sectors, agents of community resilience and resistance must be encouraged to cooperate through multi-actor platforms and partnerships.
The main problem with multi-actor mechanisms is not their lack, but the well-coordinated response among the actors. The main explanation for this lack of coordination is the lack of consensus among them on how to deal with the phenomenon of radicalization. We argue that the harmonization of their stance on the different strategies and the alignment of their intentions to the needs and to the capacities of the society are the key for making these multi-actor mechanisms more effective.
To support these community leaders, PAVE developed innovative training modules, policy briefs and guidelines to foster mutual learning about best practices. This way, community stakeholders are empowered to prevent and reduce violent extremism together.